welcome to another fantastic weekend of Formula 1 racing here on the EGL Extreme Gaming League. I'm Tipsy Bob, and joining me on the mic is my trusty sidekick and my good friend, Dad Bats. Covering all the action today, we're going to be covering everywhere from Monaco, Singapore, Abu Dhabi, and Bahrain, all across the world, all across the country. We have a full grid lined up, some of the best talent around the world. We have plucked them from all corners of the earth to give you some of the greatest racing experience footage you'll ever see in your lifetime. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the EGL. We go, all the cars are all lining up on the grid. They're all getting ready. The drivers will be focusing on their first corner. Are they going to take it? What are they going to do? Is they going to go deep? Are they going to go? Who knows? Let's take it out. Away we go! DRS is still active, and if Timo wants to get this moved on, he's gonna need to use this DRS zone because I have a feeling. Oh no, Timo, cancel it first, you're in the traction zone. I pressed to mount up another overtake on 23 free mark. This is round 3 mark.
And Timo are oh, it's the pit! Oh no! Oh my god, this so sorry, control myself. So Timo
I wouldn't be gonna penalty too, so they can start at the back together again. Just like Timo likes it.
How many times? Did you see how many times Timo tried to get into the pit?
Hello everyone, welcome to another week of EGL. We're here in a drenched, completely wet Canada qualifying. I'm joined by Pixel.
Shalom, shalom.
Shalom, shalom. 2SRL Tier 3, you know, just the classic Tuesday evening.
Yep, very classic. Just before we get going, please don't give the FIA as much work as you did last week. Thank you.
Oh, luckily I'm not FIA.
Yeah, luckily.
I really hope the stream isn't going to be too laggy because, first of all, I forgot to open Streamlabs in OBS, in Administrator, so I can't use my hotkeys to move around. So every time I'm gonna need to move through scenes, I'm gonna need to press, there's someone who spun, I think, that was...
Kebab, I believe he's hit the wall as well, so, yeah, that's the end of that.
I'm on board here with
anyway.
Ocean Chief on his lap. He was the first one out of the pit, so first one to actually put a lap in.
It's pretty smooth, to be fair.
Short shifting to 5th. You know, an intellectual, I would do that corner in first because I know that you get better traction out of corners in lower gears. Ooh, and he
because you're very intelligent. Yeah, that was quite deep by Chief.
It's not invalidated though, so it's gonna be a lap then. It's really easy to invalidate and pick up penalties here.
It is. It's stupidly easy. Unfortunately. A bit deep there as well. Caught the brakes as he was turning in. But he gathered it back up, and he's been quite neat on traction as well, which will help.
To be honest, though, I forgot what I wanted to say. Yeah, that was about it. Anyways, coming by the Wall of Champions, which is about the only thing I know about this track, and crossing the finish line with a 124.7. So yeah, I know dry quali times would be around 108s or something. But for wet, I have no idea what's fast and what's slow. So
Yeah, I have precisely no idea what's a good
Keyboard
lap in the wet.
Magnussen 123.3. So I guess the 24.7 is a bit slow, considering a person on a keyboard did a 1.4 seconds faster lap time in full wet conditions. Not to say the keyboard
Keyboard
Magnussen
is OP confirmed.
Yep, they're very OP. As we have 14 drivers today. Maybe some of them are gonna be happy they dodged the bullet here with the full wet qualifying. As Fubar goes
Fubar.
124.9.
So just a bit behind Chief, but close enough. Breezy 23.8.
Keyboard did a really good banker lap then.
Yeah, he did on a keyboard.
On a keyboard. Let's see Sonny here. Sonny is coming in the final chicane here. The stream is stuttering a bit. Uh-oh. I don't know why. My computer just said like the moment I started up the stream, it just started lagging a tiny bit. It's CPU related though, so.
Oh, and Chief goes fastest on the 22.6.
Sonny also did a
found a
23.4.
lot of time.
Yeah, we saw him go deep like twice in that lap, so there definitely was time. Hello, Jonah. I'm fine. What about you? Kimmy also really good time, 23.7.
Yeah, decent stuff from Kimmy. A bit better than last week.
As you said that, I think he spun. And I think Neon Ray's in front, who is not on a lap. I think he has damage, and I think there was that's Ocean Chief. No, that's Kebab, who spun once more in the second chicane-ish area. As Jonah is requesting monkey noises.
Yeah, Fusions and Kebab are just stopped on the track. I'm not entirely sure what's happening there. Fusions has gotten going
Kebab not
again.
dead as well. Oh, look at all the rainfall. You can see how much rain it is on the left side of the track there. It's almost like a lake.
Yeah, it's very wet.
You know, I'm not gonna lie if I say I haven't done a single lap of this track yet, so it is what it is.
Same.
Also, Owen switched to Haas, which I haven't been here last week, so I completely forgot about this and just realized again now.
Yeah, he wants the constructors, so.
What is my cat? Okay.
Tactical move.
That was quite an interesting camera, but okay. But yeah, Owen and Danny both yet to set a time. Who was Danny's previous teammate? It was Legloff.
It was Legloff, yeah.
What happened to him?
I'm not sure. I think he just gave up the seats. Yeah, not sure his reasoning behind that, but
Even after he won in Spain.
yeah. I guess he went out on a high.
I guess. So Ocean Chief currently leading the quality shootout. Everyone else behind. A lot of people actually haven't set a time yet, so. As Owen is actually gonna cross here. Breezy takes provisional pole here, and Owen just starts his lap, I guess. Yeah, I'm guessing that was an outlap. Rookie mistake.
Yeah,
right
he started his lap right now, so be interesting to see what he can do because he's one of the faster boys in Tier 3.
He is leading the championship, so it's gonna be interesting. I feel like he was using a different number. He's using 21.
Fastest in Sector 1. And yeah, he's definitely pushing, but he's not really made mistakes so far, so should be a good lap.
Sector 2, let's see if he's gonna put a fastest Sector 2 in here as well.
Yeah, it was pretty neat and tidy. There weren't any dramas. Yeah.
There's a fastest Sector 2.
Fast.
I feel like this
And he
might
might
be a
have
low
his-
21.
Yeah, and he's gonna have a slipstream from Breezy as well. Maybe a bit far back to get it actually, but
Yeah, it's a
Might
bit too
be
far
really
back, I'd say. I wonder if the race is gonna be wet or not. That would be interesting to see.
yeah, that would be good to know if anyone can tell us.
I mean, it would be interesting to see for me. I'm not an FIA member. And he goes first with a 22.1. Okay, so low 21. That was a bit off. I meant low 22. I
bit.
meant low 22.
Interesting, a few people thinking about inters. It's definitely still too wet for inters, but Fubar is drying it anyway, as is Keyboard Magnuson.
Well, the rain seems to be like I felt like the rain, or it looked like the rain was a bit harder on at the start. So maybe if you stay on the line, yeah.
Well, I still think it's too wet for inters.
Let's actually see Keeper Magnuson. He was the one in the lead for a bit. How he's doing on the inters.
Yeah, very tentative on the traction. Still manages to keep it pretty neat. We'll see what the first sector is.
Oh, that was a small moment
And
there.
marginally improved. That's a bit squirrely.
He is quite slidey though on these inters.
Yeah.
Towards the end of the session, I think inters are for sure going to be the choice to go
Yeah,
to.
for sure. But I think maybe now is a little bit early.
Well, if you want to get
given
those
the-
inters up to temperature, I guess doing a lap now is fine.
Well, maybe if you go out with time for 2 laps and do it then, because you still have the freshness of the tire, so you get the maximum potential from it.
So Kibber's actually gonna come towards the last chicane here, and we can see what time he's gonna do. Pixel, how do
he
you
is
feel?
up.
Our monkey
How do
noises
I
are
feel?
prohibited.
It's quite sad.
You can't be yourself today, Pixel. I'm sorry. Kiefer Magnuson is gonna improve. It goes up P6. So definitely was faster in the inters. Let's see Breezy here.
Yeah, the track has dried a lot quicker than I expected it to be honest. So I guess inters are the better tire now.
Yeah, I feel like they are. So the race starts off wet for like 5 minutes and dries up, is what Danny says in chat.
Interesting.
Okay.
Yeah, so
well,
look
enjoy
at
FIA.
You don't mean that, do you?
I do. Okay, so Breezy is gonna start his lap here, so I'm just gonna go completely on board with him. As my stream completely stutters as well. Perfect.
Epical.
I don't know why it'd be like that, man.
It just do. Pretty neat by Breezy. A little bit of right foot to get the rotation, but pretty neat and tidy nonetheless.
Through Seba corner as well, keeping a nice and clean. Oh,
Oh, bumped the wall.
boing boing, playing
That's gonna
ping
cost
pong.
him.
I think he might have even picked up some damage.
He still has his end plate, so it's not severe if he did.
Maybe he just used that as steering a bit. As Keeper Magnuson says, the fastest lap time, 21.7 on intermediates.
Yeah, inters are definitely the tire to be on now, by the looks of things.
Kebab and Fusion's yet to set a lap time. Kebab is actually out now. He had quite a couple of spins, and I think that's I'll Keeper Magnuson. That's Lynx who's spun there, and he is on wets, so those wets are quite slow.
Yep.
Cut off the pace with of other people that were on wets before as well. So it's back to Breezy, who goes into the pits.
Yeah,
so
he's bailed out of that.
I think he might have picked up a tiny bit of damage. Let's see Sonny here, the other Ferrari.
He's let's see what the time is. Very neat, no issues on the traction there. That was quite nice. I'd say. Oh, a little bit sideways, but fastest sector 1.
Ooh, it goes a bit deep there.
Yeah,
He's a
not
bit
love costing.
compromised. Still, he's on for a fast lap here, even with that one mistake. And on the second run, he's just gonna improve.
Yeah, good through this chicane. Could have maybe exploited the outside curve a little bit more, but good speed.
Yeah, who knows how slippery the outside curve there is.
Yeah, and he's a second up. In spite of that mistake, so this could be a challenge for Paul.
Yeah, definitely. With better traction, it's definitely gonna be a chance for Paul.
Yeah.
As we got 4 more
For sure.
minutes around of qualifying left. Qualifying. Okay, keeps it nice and clean to the last corner. Maybe a bit squirmy on traction, but goes on provisional pole with the low 21. This is what I was talking about before. 21.1.
Yes, Sanix the Oracle. And Kimi somehow has sneaked under my radar and gone P4.
What do you mean somehow?
Impressive.
Kimi is a fast driver.
I mean, yes, Kimi is OP. He needs to be banned. He's too powerful.
He's actually on his lap here, about to finish it. So I wonder what lap time it's gonna be.
I don't think it's a representative time.
Ah, yeah, definitely not.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1.6 seconds off. Definitely not representative.
Yeah, I think he was on a cooldown lap. We'll see what he does this lap.
Born Wolves.
As Bornwolf goes, yeah.
I was saying I meant low 120.
Can't keep going back on this now. Man. Not cool. Not cool.
Yeah, come on, man. Come on. So Danny P9, Owen P6. So I don't think they're feeling the rain vibe. I mean, let's see Owen here. He is never mind. He's 1 second up on his best time, and he's coming through the last corner here, and he invalidates as Sonny goes into the 119.9.
Yeah, good luck by Sonny. Ocean Chief, who led the session earlier, he hasn't done a single lap on Inters. He's kind of throwing it away, considering he's based on the wets.
So if you go on board with Born Wolf, you're gonna see why you were late and I had to host the lobby, because they added the funny rainbow to the McLaren.
Ah, yes.
That was the whole update.
Wow, 700 megabytes to add a rainbow to a halo.
They just copy and paste the Williams halo.
Thank you, Codemasters. Very cool.
Born Wolf bumps the wall a bit there in Wall of Champions.
Yeah. He got away with it though.
He improves
And,
and he takes
yep.
back pole by 1,000 of a second.
That's crazy. Just about.
Oh, and I think he might have had contact there with Kebab
Yep.
out of the pits. Or no, oh, that's Ocean Chief.
Fubar has gone off. He's had a bit of an incident. Got back going though.
Breezy puts it on provisional pole now, and Sonny improves as well, and 2,000's in between them.
That's insane.
Okay, so this is this qualifying shootout is a lot closer than I expected between people.
Yeah, this is really entertaining.
Bornwolf got a bit hampered by Ocean Chief, I think, on his way on his lap. So I don't know if this lap will be one of those good ones, but you know, he's still got time for one more lap after this.
He's still improving actually, but yeah, that was not Gucci by Chief.
As Lynx is still in the pits with wet tires, so I don't think he's gonna be going out on intermediates. As Bornwolf is...
yeah, invalid.
Yeah, but I think it's gonna be one more lap.
And it's a shame because it would have been pole, but yeah.
Oh, so they fixed the spectator thing.
I guess they did.
So I guess qualifying is now over. My bad then. So Bornwolf would have improved, and that would have put him on pole actually, right?
Yeah, by a 10. So unlucky, but still P3. Good position. Oh no! Chief has been killed by the AI of cars that had completed the session.
And Chief gets a
Uh,
5 place grid penalty for a collision with Born Wolf. I wonder if Born Wolf got one as well now because of that.
Well, his car would have been AI at this point because he had finished the session. So, yeah, Chief has kind of that's cost him there. I guess you might say that was karma for the not very nice block.
Social Chief.
Neon Rays goes before.
Kibra Magnussen finishing up his lap here. Let's see where he's gonna come. 114 crossing wall of champion. So across the line it's gonna be a 119. 119.5. So Kibra Magnussen takes provisional pole for now. I think the only person still on a lap is Kimi. And never mind, he is invalidated. So last person on a lap, no one is on a lap.
Danny is that's
Valid,
invalid. Never mind.
So Kibra Magnussen takes pole in the very, very wet conditions.
On a keyboard.
Chad keyboard.
Honestly, man.
Uh,
The only assist he uses on keyboard as well is traction.
Well, you know,
Like,
traction
that's
plays its
insane.
part in the wet, but still, getting no ABS
Yeah,
with
but
the
like-
keyboard on the wet is
Like, I challenge anyone to drive without traction control on keyboard in the dry, let alone the wet.
it is quite
Like,
a Chad drive,
that's-
to be honest.
Crazy difficult.
So 119.5 by keyboard, 110 clear of anyone else behind him. Sonny and Breezy 2000s between each other, and then Born Wolf and Neon Rays. The gap between them is also really close, 200s, or actually 100, even less than that, 7,000.
Yeah,
Of a second.
yeah, lots of really close groupings in qualifying. Good to see it.
Yeah, Born Wolf had that invalidated 119.5 as well, so top 4 and even Neon Rays really on the pace here in the wet. Fusion's also really close behind as well. And then the gap to
Yeah.
Fubar is a bit bigger. Fubar and Shaka actually have the equal time as well. No, my bad. There's 1 second in between them.
Equal if you remove the second.
Yeah,
from
I didn't
Shaka.
notice the second. Owen and Danny, I think, are the... Neth is quite disappointed right now.
Yeah, Neth is the big sad. Yep, Chief with the 5 place grid penalty, so he will start last in P14. Not
Last
the
to
session
first
he wanted.
challenge. Last to first. The only people starting, I mean, the only people gaining from this are Danny and Lynx, so Lynx didn't even really, he did like a couple, maybe 1 or 2 laps in qualifying.
Yeah,
That was it.
struggled a bit. He's quite new. Apparently Owen's brother grabbed his steering wheel during his lap to troll him, according to Triton. Which is kind of funny, but also rip.
You know what they say, just good. Real F1 drivers don't have a wheel. Okay, so yeah, as we're loading in, as Danny said, the session is a tiny bit wet. It's gonna be
A bit.
interesting, because people are gonna be going for different strats. So we might even see people pitting. I don't know what the strategy is on Canada, to be honest.
With how short the pit lane is, 2 stops in 2019 anyway were quite competitive. I feel like tire wear is maybe a little bit bigger in this game, so I would say probably 2 stops would be the way to go. That said, I haven't tested, so I can't say with certainty. The predicted pit stop strategy is enters all the way. Interesting.
Yeah, I wouldn't believe that one. Anyways, they're on here for the formation lap. Starting on inters, so the rain isn't too bad. As I think my graphics are a bit messed up, since I don't see the names of people. Wait, do you usually see the names of people? You don't, right?
No, you don't.
Okay, good.
It's only if you're on the onboard camera and you're following someone.
Ah, okay, okay,
On
that makes
the
sense.
outboard, it doesn't appear.
I just realized this now. I've streamed quite a few races since I started commentating. And I just realized now that when you're in the other camera view, you don't see the names of drivers.
Well, it's not really that you realize so much as I told you.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, it's the first time I noticed that you don't actually see their names. I thought my game is glitched out.
Sanix, I think you're genuinely unintelligent.
That's a nice way of saying a bad word, I guess.
We don't do that here.
You're morbidly overweight and unintelligent?
Message understood.
Copy.
Copy.
Anyways, we've got Kiefer Magnussen driving under Aramco by Wall of Champions. Which
Nethug saying Sanix monkey in chat. Yes.
Okay, guys, whatever.
I mean, to be fair, we both are monkeys, so.
Guess I'm just gonna flip out then. Anyways, we've got people lining up on the grid, and there's a pack of them, quite a way back. Owen and everyone behind them.
Yeah. So tire times will be a little bit low for the guys at the front, but it shouldn't be too bad because it's intermediates anyway. They have a relatively low operating temperature.
Anyway,
so.
lights are going on, and the race is about to start as we got 5 red lights in the Canada Grand Prix wet conditions. As the lights go out, they didn't fix this. Kimi gets a drive-through for a jump start, and off the line, Kiefer Magnussen gets a decent, really good start actually, and then Breezy and Sonny behind. Breezy actually jumping Sonny, and Sonny looking into turn 1 on the outside of Breezy. And clean start from what it looks like right now. Looking in the back though.
No major issues. Chief hanging back a bit, but
Breezy and Sonny still side by side.
Issues.
As Breezy does a Seba.
Oh, and Shaka's around.
Shaka's around, so that's first person around right now. There's quite a bit of fighting. He doesn't seem to have picked up any damage.
No, I believe he's okay, but he's definitely lost a lot of time, unfortunately. Oh,
there in the back, I think I see Owen and Fusion's fighting.
Side by side, that was quite brave, but Owen gets it. Good
Fusion's
stuff.
is fighting back on the inside of Owen, sending it. A bit of wheel bumping, but this is putting in Kimi for a move.
Oh,
and
Kimi. Oh, yeah, not ideal. And Kimi has that drive-through as well, so he can't really afford these incidents.
Yeah, definitely not. This is not good for them. As predicted pit stop is saying inter. But I don't think AWS in the game is any better than the real AWS, considering this is a Codemasters AWS. As Kiefer Magnussen has a 1.5 second gap already.
Yeah, quite impressive by Keyboard.
See how it's gonna come down though once it starts to dry out. If the information was actually correct. As Kimi is serving his drive-through, Shaka is staying out, and Shaka is going to catch up to everyone since it is the wet. People don't have all of the DRS and all that, so definitely he's gonna catch up. As oh, Fusions has a moment, and he loses his front wing completely, and now he's just bumping Lynx a bit off the road. As Kev of an Ocean Chief behind him now. Fusions is gonna have to pit this lap since he's definitely not gonna be able to continue with his front wing in that state.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage to it. It's a shame because he was up there in qualifying. Didn't quite get where he maybe wanted to be, but he was in a good spot, so that's really a shame.
Well, the race...
Sonny has stretched the gap on Breezy and is closing in on Keyboard now.
Within 1 second. No DRS though, so yeah, the race is anyway. The race is still long, so Kimi is actually on the back of Shaka already, so 3.5 seconds behind. Not that bad considering the drive-through. Kiefer Magnussen says the fastest lap time, and Breezy closed up to Sonny here.
Yeah, it was actually Breezy with the fastest lap time in the end there. He must have had an absolutely mental final chicane to gain back a lot of time on Sunny.
As Fusions is pitting for repairs, so Kimmy is back to P13 after the drive-through. And my allergies are hitting me hard.
Epic.
Epic, epic.
So, like, the top four are not that spread out, to be honest. Neon Ray's a little bit further back, just over a second behind Pornwolf. Then Fubar is 4.3 seconds behind the top 5.
As Fusion picks up the first penalty of the session, time penalty. Yeah, Sonny, Breezy, and Bornwolf are really close to each other actually, and I think Sonny gains quite a lot of time on Keyboard Magnuson in that sector too, but out of the hairpin and everything, it looks like Keyboard Magnuson might have some pace onto Sonny. As in the back, I think there's a move. Kebab and Lynx were going side by side, and they actually still are, or just about. Lynx is in front of Kebab on the back straight.
Yeah, and Lynx, in fairness to him, is showing much better this week than last week. He had some issues and difficulties last week, but he's doing a decent job here, I think.
Yeah, so we got Danny picking up a penalty already as well. So if we go back to the front, yeah, the top 5 are really close to each other, all within a second of each other, and then there's quite a big gap to P6 of Fubar. No retirements yet this race.
Touch wood.
Hopefully there's gonna be no retirements, right?
I mean, one would hope, but like, especially in the wet at Canada, it's very possible.
As Kebab picks up a 3-second time penalty for himself, that's 3 penalties already and 4 laps. Not for Kebab, but in total.
Yeah, like, I would hope not for Kebab in that short space of time.
He goes a bit deep there in the hairpin. So he loses out a bit to Sonny, and Sonny actually had a really good exit and is gaining onto Keyboard Magnuson here. And there in the back, I think Ocean Chief and Kebab were fighting. Ocean Chief gained the position on Kebab. Imagine people came to watch Tier 3, first race of the week. Let's see some strategies, guys, and then the game says, no, we're having a wet race.
No, come on, man.
Oh.
Why you gotta be like that? So Sonny's now really close on the back of Keyboard and definitely looks the faster of the two at this point.
So is Breezy. Breezy's on the back of Sonny, and Neon Rays also looks looks quite fast as well.
Yeah, and Shaka has gotten Kebab. Didn't see that happen, but yeah, Shaka much faster than Kebab at this point in the race.
Even having that spin at the start of the race, he is coming back.
Yeah, and Kimmy isn't far off this group either. So, good comeback from the two of them.
And this race is still all up for grabs. Fusion's 9 seconds behind Kimmy as well, so that is the train all the way up to P9 as Link actually spins in front. You see what happens, just saw the yellow flag. Yeah, he's completely backwards there.
Yeah, I think he just looped it, but no damage, thankfully, so bit of a shame, but it could have been worse.
It's one position for everyone, and now Fusion's was also going to be on the back of Lynx. Someone in chat is saying Rain is gonna stop any moment, so strategies to be played out. How do you have to ruin anticipation like that? We were gonna make this like, whatever. Breezy and Sonny really close to each other, and Breezy might actually look for a move here into turn 1. No, he's not, but he was quite close.
Yeah, they're practically nose to tail at this point. They're very close.
Kimmy goes onto Kebab in the wall of champ, that wall there in the last chicane, and he gets the job done. I think Kebab might have turned in on him. Kimmy maybe took a bit too much of the chicane as well. That's what happens in the wet. Just gotta go for it.
Oh, Bornwolf has disconnected.
Oh no, Bornwolf. He's actually having a really good race. Hopefully he reconnects. The session is friends only, so he should be able to.
Yeah, hopefully.
Fusion drives through the ghosted car. So Bornwolf is a race winner. Which race did he win? Was it last one or Monaco?
It was Baku that Bornwolf won.
Yeah, Baku, yeah. So from a race win to a good qualifying, could have been a lot better if he didn't validate, to a disconnect.
Yeah, quite unfortunate, but that's the way things go sometimes, unfortunately.
I mean, it really shows you what money can do in the sport. As Breezy is on the back of Sonny here and into turn 1, he is looking for a move on the inside, and oh, there's a bit of wheel contact, and Breezy backs off after almost losing it. As Danny picked up another penalty. So Danny is at 6 seconds already. As my time intervals are completely gone now.
Yeah.
I can only see
Me too.
Danny and Fubar here, so what I'm gonna be looking at. But Breezy and Sonny are still close to each other on track. Really close, and Breezy seems to be a lot faster right now than Sonny.
Yeah, with Sonny using overtake to defend, and he actually has more than Breezy, so it's going to be difficult for
Breezy
Breezy
picks up
to
a
get
3-second time penalty, but Breezy has a decent exit, but has to back off since he would have hit the back of Sonny here. I feel like we're gonna see a Ferrari 2019 Brazil moment here.
Oh, stinky.
Oh, that would be quite sad. But I don't
Breezy
know.
lost out a bit of time there, but he's very quick in the final chicane, I think, so he should gain some of that time back. But
Oh, as you say
hit
that,
the
he
wall a
hits
little
the
bit, yeah.
wall. Does he pick up
I
damage
did the big
though?
jinx. He
Doesn't look
has
like it.
not. Just time loss.
I think I was reading or listening to Hugo say once that damage is like it doesn't need to show up because it's percentage based anyway. So oh, it's something like that. I don't really understand how good F1 player talks, so it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Considering Breezy is up on his best sector one time, I'd say he didn't pick up any damage, or if he did, it's so minor that it could be neglected. This time.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, he's really close on the back of Sonny yet again. Give me 3-second time penalty.
Yeah, so I feel like almost every driver in the grid right now has a penalty except Keyboard Magnussen. He doesn't have one, or at least I didn't see him pick up one. Or Sonny. So I think P1 and P2 are clear on penalties.
Yeah, Sonny has one warning, Keyboard has none. Breezy has 3 seconds and a warning. So, yeah. Keyboard in a pretty good position at the minute.
You're gonna raise 1.3
But
seconds
Sonny
on.
is really close. As is Breezy.
Did Born Wolf reconnect? I'm guessing he did, since he just set the
I
fastest lap
believe he
time.
did, yeah.
He just wanted clear air, that's why he did it.
Ah, yes. OP.
Danny got past Fubar, which I professionally missed as well. But Kimi and Shaka close to each other as well, so there's a battle for the P10 right there. Both of them on a recovery drive of some sort.
Yeah, and slowly coming back. Ocean Chief is 12 seconds behind Fubar.
It's quite a big gap they have.
Yeah, it's struggling a bit.
So Owen is also catching up to the top 5 group. Bornwolf, of course, fell a bit off due to that disconnect, but is catching back. And Danny is now 2.4 behind Bornwolf as well. So as Kimi has a really good exit onto Shaka here with overtake, is he gonna go on the move in the sector 2 chicane? And on the inside, doesn't break late. Ocean Chief picks up 3-second time penalty, and Bornwolf or Kimi decides to back off on that one.
Yeah, he's not going to be close enough in the airpin either, so he'll have to wait for the chicane, I think. Oh, got a bit deep on the brakes. That's to kind of get out of that one.
A bit slidey on corner exit as well. Looking in
Yeah,
front,
just
Breezy and Sonny still really close to each other. I look at a track map every now and then, and I feel like they might be fighting through corners, and I'm completely missing that. But there's 2 battles going on track right now. We got this top 5, seem to be top 6, really close to each other. And then we got Bornwolf and not Bornwolf, Kimmy and Shaka close to each other as well. That's what's happening on track right now, and yeah, in the rain, it's gonna be a lot harder to overtake since this track you got a straight that's pretty long with two DRS zones and a funny chicane in between, and then this straight in sector 2. Asani picks up a 3-second penalty.
Yeah, that could have big implications in the race. So now he and Breezy are level. Neon Rays doesn't have penalties, so he's effectively ahead of them. So this gives a big break to Keyboard Magnussen.
Keyword is just driving his own pace, still 70% ERS as well.
Yeah, so not two-faced. He only has one warning now as well, so driving pretty well.
10 laps already of the race, 25 to go. So, people in the back though, Fusions and Lynx are close to each other as well into the hairpin. Fusions just having a really, really unlucky race. He had a really strong qualifying performance, but in the race it all gone, reduced to ashes, as a funny purple man would say.
Reduced to atoms, I believe, is the correct quote.
Okay, look, come. Why don't whatever, I don't care.
If you're gonna quote something, do it right, man. Come on.
No. That's the point. That's the whole fun, you know. Why quote something and make it right?
Oh, come on, man.
Come on. It's reduced
Not
to
cool, bro.
atoms. I always thought it's ashes. Doesn't he like do the...
No, it's
Oh, is that
literally
Sonny
atoms.
going on a move on Kieber Magnussen?
He had
Oh,
a
and he
go,
gets bumped a bit in the back by Breezy as well. That's putting Neon
and
Rays
Breezy
really
has
close.
the over-under on him.
Yeah, Breezy gets past him on the straight. And Neon Rays
Yeah,
is really
and,
close to this as well.
Yeah. Neon might
Son-
have to go.
Sonny's
Sonny's
fighting
coming back. Around the outside. This would be very brave. Breezy in the end gets it. Yeah, that would have been a very brave for Sonny tying it around the outside.
Kimi and Shaka fighting as well into the hairpin as Link spun again, and Shaka stays in front. But Kimi with the switchback, is he gonna have it? With the slipstream and overtake, I think he might have a bit more speed. That's Kebab in the back behind him as well. Kimi, slipstream.
Yeah, Shaka's defending with the overtake as well, though, so this is going to be difficult.
Kimi on the inside. Will he send it? Tries to scare
Shaka hangs it around the outside with Kimi with the cutback.
No, Kebab is really close behind him, and
Kebab
just
in the wall.
not the best move as Kimi gets the job done on the straight. I think Kebab just lost it on throttle on corner exit as the rain stopped.
Yeah, the rain has stopped, so could be in the next couple of laps when we get dry weather.
So this is actually really bad for Breezy and Sonny since you know, double Ferrari. Are they gonna double stack? It's not good, right?
Yeah, it's not very good at all.
So I wonder when we're gonna be seeing people go into the pits. Breezy and Sonny might actually, one of them might decide to go a bit earlier than the other, as Keyboard Magnussen is staying out. Breezy and Sonny both staying out as well. Breezy picks up
Another
3
penalty,
seconds.
but he's got a big run on the keyboard. So Breezy takes the lead, and now Sonny is trying to fight his way
Keyboard's
through.
fighting
Keyboard,
back though.
yeah. And Sonny showing his nose in there as well.
Keyboard's still staying close. Neon Race is also really close to this battle right now.
Yeah, and Owen has caught massively on the back of Bornwolf as well. He's kind of faded away from this pack a bit.
Keva picks up a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. So with no
Yeah.
front wing, he couldn't get the car to a stop like he would want to. 'Cause I think we're
Not
gonna be
very ideal.
I think we're gonna be seeing people pitting this lap as Fusion's pit as well from the back. Kebab goes on to hards. DRS is enabled, so yeah, definitely there's gonna be people jumping in the pits. And I think Sonny is gonna lose out quite a lot here.
Yeah, the track actually looks completely dry now.
As I think Keyboard Magnussen might have a puncture. Does he? Or is that just the game being...
I guess he does, yeah. His car is wobbling.
Yeah, his left rear.
Left rear puncture, yeah, left rear.
How does that happen?
Yeah, that's kind of strange, but this is more or less the perfect
Sonny
time to be
picks up a
pitting
5
anyway, so
second time penalty
could
as
be
well
worse.
for speeding.
Yeah, and Sonny getting held as well.
Sonny going on mediums, Breezy going on mediums.
Yeah, keyboard on mediums as well. Neon Rays went for hards.
Owen? Owen actually almost jumps Neon Rays in the pits. And Born Wolf is in P2 right now, out of the pits. So Born Wolf jumped a lot of people in the pits.
Yeah,
Actually,
quite
no, my bad.
surprising,
He
actually.
didn't jump anyone, actually. He jumped Neon Rays, and that's about it. Sonny got held up, and Kieran Magnussen had a puncture, so he got past him on the straight.
Yeah, but Breezy now has a 2.7 second lead, which is a pretty handy start on gaining back that 6 seconds in penalties he has.
Lynx is still out on intermediates, and he just took out the brake marker, and he's still staying out on intermediates.
Questionable.
Definitely
In a
questionable.
word.
Fusions picks up a 5 second for speeding in the pit lane as well. Yeah, I don't know why Keyboard got a puncture. Either, you know, because the fact is he's on a keyboard, so either the wear was really high or someone punted him in the back. I know damages weren't reduced, so Owen with DRS on Neon Rays though to end up the final chicane on the last straight. Gets the job done. That was an easy move from him.
Yeah, Neon Rays a bit disadvantaged with the hards right now anyway.
I don't know what the lifetime of those tires is, so it's gonna be interesting to see towards the end.
Yeah. I think probably about 22 laps on the mediums. That's going to be a bit of a stretch. Unless they wanted to do the medium to soft, which is quite doable, especially with the short pit lane here. So maybe that's the thinking.
And then he picks up another 3 second time penalty, so that's 9 on his account. There's a yellow flag, and that's Lynx, who picks up a puncture? Is it a puncture? Yes, it is. Lynx also has a rear left puncture. So both the Red Bulls had a rear left puncture this race. Which is interesting. I'm guessing then it definitely has to be from wear. Since both of them
Yeah, it must be.
Lynx just stayed out on a dry track with Inters, and Kieran Magnussen is on a keyboard, believe it or not. As Owen says, the fastest lap time at 12.5.
Yeah, so the track has gotten a lot faster in the last lap or two. Like I would guess based on that we're near enough the standard dry times for this point in the race.
Sonny 3 second time penalty, so that's 6 for him. He actually has the 5 second speeding in pit lane one as well.
Yeah, so it was a struggle for Sonny, but he's 4 seconds clear of Danny, and Fubar is a long way back as well. So
yeah, we're also almost at the halfway point of the race, 2 laps or so.
Yeah. Bornwolf keeping with Breezy pace-wise, but not really closing.
And Owen
luckily for him, Breezy with 6 seconds.
Owen is closing drastically onto Bornwolf here. And Keeper Magnussen, despite the puncture, still had us ahead of Sonny. See, Sonny has DRS on Keeper Magnussen here. The slipstream, but he's not looking for a move. He's too far back. I mean, definitely he is too far back.
Yep, and Breezy another 3 seconds.
So Owen is really looking good for a win here.
Yeah,
Owen
quite possibly.
Neon Rays and Hards, he might get them to the end, and
and Owen nearly hit the wall there, he got really sideways. But still gaining time. He's closing both Bornwolf and Breezy.
Sonny's still in the back with Keeper Magnussen, and I think we're gonna see a move.
Yeah, you will have the DRS, so that should be a pretty significant advantage down this length of the straight.
Oh, I hope I
think.
muted myself on stream for that one. Because if I didn't,
I hope so.
I just remembered that I didn't open my stream in Streamlabs, in Administrator, so my hotkeys don't work. I mean, it's either that or doing my funny mic mute thing.
Lamaval.
Uh,
Oh,
s-
and
s-
Sonny nearly hit the back of the keyboard there.
And he just has a really good exit as well, so Sonny's gonna get the move onto keyboard here, so Sonny is in P5 right now. As Kebab and Lynx both pick up a penalty. I was telling you, man, every time I commentate, I sneeze. A lot of sneezing.
Come on, man. And Bornwolf has closed in on Breezy a lot this past lap. He's gained about 7/10.
Yeah, Owen is still in the back of him as there's a virtual safety car as Lynx retires. I think Lynx went straight if I go on board with Fusions here. Not Fusions, Fusions is too far back. I think it's gonna be Bornwolf then. No, it's Kimmy. Yeah, Lynx I think went straight into a wall.
Yep. Unlucky, I guess.
Owen is really close to Bornwolf here. But one thing that is bad for Owen here is he's not gonna get the job done because no DRS now.
Yeah.
As he's got the engine glitch. So goodbye Owen. As DRS is enabled, we go green again. So Bornwolf gets a really good start. 1.7 seconds clear of Owen.
Yeah, but saying that, Bornwolf and Owen both lost a lot of time in the VSC.
For sure. As
Not really ideal.
Breezy lapped Fusions here. Is Fusions and Breezy inside of each other. Breezy's
Fusion's
actually
not getting out of the way, which he should. Like, just because the car is ghosted doesn't mean that you can't impede someone. It does affect your sight, especially if you drive in cockpit.
yeah, definitely. And the one good thing for Breezy though is he's picking up DRS from this, so DRS and slipstream.
Yeah, that is a positive.
And
So
yeah.
we should be able to get it done now.
Just drives through him, and he's gonna have DRS again for the main straight. And Breezy's actually going into the pits.
Yeah. Interesting.
On another set of mediums.
And he's replacing his wing actually. Like, I don't see damage on it, but obviously he's felt the need to replace it. So this gives Bornwolf the lead.
As you completely destroyed something as well. It's actually
Because I am human, not a monkey.
it's actually getting sunny as well. As Owen is now 1.5 seconds behind Bornwolf.
Yeah, and Neon Rays is 4 seconds off the back of Owen, so the hard tires at this point anyway not really working in his favor.
Breezy came out in P7, so new front wing and tire and mediums to the end here. So 15 laps with 16 on those mediums. I think it is achievable.
Should be doable, yeah. You would think so anyway.
Owen can smell the wind though. Definitely can sniff it. Don't do it, Pixel. No. I knew it was coming. So, Owen 1.5 behind. All he needs is 5/10 to get that DRS. And Neon Rays, as I said, is dropping off and he picks up a 3-second time penalty.
So Link's complaining about Sunny in chat. I'm not entirely sure what that is about.
Yeah, me neither. I didn't... About Sunny.
Yeah, but I would have thought Link would have been a lap down on Sunny when he retired, so I don't really see what Sunny could have done. But in any case, that remains to be seen. If you have an issue with something someone did and you have footage, report it. and the FIA will deal with it.
The FA will do. That's really well spoken. As now we see.
I said deal with it, but I trailed off. Shut up.
Oh,
Shut up. Shut up.
so yeah, I think the race is quite stale now. Usually when I say this stuff happens, so I'm hoping for stuff to happen.
And keyboard pits. So right as you say that, yeah, stuff does happen. He's just changing for another set of mediums. And Breezy sets the fastest lap in 11.0.
Yeah, so those mediums, I'm guessing, definitely won't go to the end then.
I guess not.
Owen gained 3/10 onto
Bornwolf.
yeah. I don't know anymore.
You're vibing, man. You're vibing.
I'm vibing.
Sunny with
thinks-
another 3
yep,
seconds.
Only 3 seconds. There's a yellow flag in sector 3, and that is
That's Fusions.
moving out of the way.
And he's
Nope.
trying to kill himself now, I think. Yeah. And he retires.
We're retiring on track, and that is a safety car. So stuff happened.
Yeah, yeah, stuff did happen, so well done.
Thank you, thank you.
So now Bornwolf and Owen and Neon Riz get a free pit stop. Versus the boys who had pitted.
This is actually really bad for Neon Race.
Interestingly, going for mediums, I would have thought maybe someone might gamble on softs. Bit of a stretch probably, but
Breezy staying out. Bornwolf might.
well, his tires are only 3 laps old, but Bornwolf just about gets by in the lead.
Uber gets the drive.
And Fubar, yeah. Breezy just stopped and let Owen by for some reason, which I do not know.
I'm gonna do the funny. Okay, sorry about that. I just had to mute myself on stream because I guess I'm allergic to
How it
F1.
be. Pet Karuno liked this message.
I need to open the F1 the stream back.
Yeah, Chief is the only person not on mediums. He's gambled on softs, so it'll be interesting to see how that goes.
Yeah, we got 12 laps to go, and the safety car is gonna stay out for at least 1 or 2 more laps, so it puts it up to 10 laps in softs.
Yeah, that's probably going to be quite a stretch on them, but maybe it's doable. But he's going to be rapid in the first couple of laps anyway.
Yeah, definitely.
People are saying in chat, Sanix, stop doing cocaine.
I'm just gonna mute myself. There we go, wait.
That'd be cool. Sanix is dying. F.
Yeah, and I need to tab out every time I mute myself on stream because I didn't run it as administrator, so my shortcuts don't work.
Wow.
It's quite painful. Luckily we have the safety car, so we're not missing out anything when I do this, but...
Yeah. Thank you, Kanye. Very cool.
Yeah, thank you, Kanye. Delivered all the cocaine I needed for today's race.
Yeah, I think the safety car might actually be one more lap.
I feel like it will. Kebab is, it's a
Yeah,
bit
he's a long
behind.
way behind, and they're not far off the third sector split, which is the cutoff point.
Oh, I can't. This is becoming unbearable. Just muted myself real fast, did some more cocaine. You know how it is. Third world country vibe.
Yep, that's how it be.
It do be like that sometimes.
That's how it be in Slovenia.
It's Slovenia. Slovenia.
What?
You get it? Because, like, instead of Slovenia, it's like.
Yeah,
Inna.
it will be kind of funny.
You know, F1 should implement red flags.
That would be cool.
It definitely would. Red flag a session. We'll see you guys next week. Yeah, so safety car's gonna come in this lap.
Yeah, I would say so. It's the like Kebab is basically caught up now, so.
What are we gonna have? 9, 10 laps to go?
10.
I don't know how to count, so I'll let you do
It'd
all
be
the
10.
I'll let you do all the hard work here.
Well, 26 to 35, assuming we have no other safety car, so that is 10 laps. The sector split is just coming up now, so we should get confirmation pretty soon. Then Bornwolf will start backing off. He's already backing off a little bit.
Yeah, safety car going in this lap. Oh wait, the safety car has the wheel races one thing on it as well.
I did not notice that.
I just noticed
Good
now.
spot. And the McLaren also has the end races and thing written on the halo.
Oh yeah, it also has the golf sponsors and stuff, and it has the rainbow on the side or whatever. I don't know if that was in before. Is this gonna be a Mugello part 2?
Oh, stinky.
As Bornwolf goes. And I think
Yeah,
Owen
he's
goes.
gone early. And Owen had a pretty decent reaction to that, all things considered. Not to let the gap get bigger than it was.
Still a really good start from Bornwolf here, off the line.
Yeah,
DRS is gonna get enabled in what, 2 or 3 laps?
2 laps.
2 laps, okay.
Yeah.
What to keep an eye out now is Ocean Chief. He really needs to make up the places on those soft tires.
Yeah, he's gonna need to push, especially because the tires are gonna wear out towards the end. But he's not really making an impression so far. So Danny's made a mistake, so he's getting closer, but not really fast enough at this point on the soft tires.
Also, I completely lost track of penalties here, so I think this order is going to be more scrambled than scrambled eggs at the end of the race. So
Yeah, this has basically shafted Breezy, who had 9 seconds at the last check. And Sonny had 6 seconds as well, so that's really screwed them over. Ocean Chief on Danny, going for the outside.
picks
Owen
up a
gets
3
the 3
second.
second.
And Ocean Chief on
Chief
the outside. What a move!
swooping around the outside. Yeah, that was large phallus.
Yeah, definitely was.
overtaking.
But Danny is not fighting back, and in the back, Kebab and Shaka fighting as well. Kebab gets the job done. This is in the back is the fight for the last point scoring position. Yeah, Ocean Chief. That move was
Yeah,
overtake of the race, I would say. It's probably
Yeah,
the
very
only one I
ballsy,
caught on
very
cam as
cool.
well. So.
Bornwolf is showing up from Owen's POV as disconnected again, and he's nothing. Yeah, Sam's connection is vibing.
Owen is quite low in ERS though, and he has the 3-second time penalty.
Yeah, so for now anyway, Sam in a pretty good position to win his second race on the trot, which
Don't
would
jinx
be
it, come on.
quite impressive.
Neon Race is also on for a podium as DRS gets enabled this lap, so he's gonna take Owen a lap or two to get past Bornwolf. I think Ocean Chief might, I don't know how, Fuber gets disqualified for ignoring drive-thrus.
Yeah, that's right. Actually, I had that drive-through under
Safety car.
safety car. So now all bar one will get points as it currently stands. So who's the odd one out? Currently Shaka,
Okay, is the odd one out, yeah. But
who's
Owen,
on apparently quite old mediums.
I feel like that
Picks
might
up
be. I feel like that might be real actually. As Owen with DRS now, on the back of Bornwolf. Not close enough to go for a move, and Sonny and Keeper Magnussen fighting it out again, and Sonny actually gets past with DRS. Keeper Magnussen didn't have DRS since there was no one in front of them close enough. Anyways, in P4 is 2 seconds ahead. Bornwolf keeping the gap to Owen despite DRS, it's still at 6 tenths.
Yeah, so good driving by Sam so far.
Yeah, really good. 5 tenths now. Breezy picks up another 3-second time penalty. That's what, 12 now?
Yeah, at this rate, Breezy is throwing away points from what could have been a race win at one point in this race.
She gets a bit loose there on the rear as well, on corner exit. Just stays in DRS of Owen. Owen is actually a bit close to Bornwolf now. 4 tenths off.
Yeah, and probably within striking distance on the DRS. So
He really
could
needs
be
to
a
get
change
past
of
and make
lead.
the gap as well. He's got 6 laps to do so. So he should be gaining around half a second every lap. No.
Yeah, the problem is he doesn't have VRS, and once he gets past Sam, Sam will have the DRS on him, and yeah, just can't do anything with the lack of overtake.
Sam is still at 40%. Sam is just vibing. Owen can't really get close even, not even with DRS. I mean, he can get close, but he can't get past.
Yeah.
Russian Sheep though now, really close to Keeper Magnussen on those soft tires. I feel like this might be his last possible overtake on those softs before they start dying out. Goes a bit
Yeah,
wide
they'd be starting to reach their end by now, surely, I would have thought.
Top 3 is still really close. Top 4 actually still really close to each other. Yunrei is actually really close to Breezy as well.
Yeah. So
Ocean Shift picks up a 3-second time penalty.
oh, that's a shame. But Neon, I'm guessing is effectively P2 with the penalties as they are.
Yeah. Let's see if Owen's gonna be able to mount a challenge here onto Bornwolf. Oh, that was my voice just said no. With ERS, he has no ERS, so even Bornwolf is having connection issues.
What? Actually, no. Neon has a penalty, so he's level with Owen on penalties, so it's effective P3 actually. Bornwolf doesn't have a penalty, so as long as he finishes within 3 seconds of the winner, then should he not be first in first, then he will take the race win.
So Sam adapted quite fast to F1 from ACC.
Yeah, well, a good driver is a good driver at the end of the day. So, like, it takes time to learn the idiosyncrasies of F1, but once you learn them, there's no reason why you can't be quick for a good driver.
The ins and outs of Codemasters. Oh, and really close to Bornwolf this time round through the hairpin, but he gets
gets very sideways though, and that's killed his chances of getting it this time round.
No, Breezy is gonna close up to Owen because of this. Owen is now 8 tenths off. As Neon Rays is going on a move onto Breezy here, actually gets the job done as well through the hairpin, through the chicane. So that was also a really nice move from Neon Rays as well. We've seen,
very nicely done by Neon.
We've seen 2 amazing moves this race through that chicane. We've seen Ocean Chief and now Neon Rays, one on the outside, one on the inside.
Yep, impressive stuff. Speaking of Chief, he's pretty close on the back of Keyboard. Didn't find a way through, but he's just 3 tenths behind.
We got 3 laps to go, or 3.5 more like. So Danny in P8 has quite a lot of penalties. I think 12 seconds or 9 seconds for him. So he's gonna drop quite back. And, might even lose points because of it.
Rip.
See how Owen does this time around with overtake. Doesn't mess it up, but Bournemouth has a really good exit as well. And see Owen with no more overtake anymore is really struggling to get past Bournemouth here.
Yeah, Bournemouth was actually really fast on the straight, which is basically neutralizing the DRS. Like, Owen gains maybe a tenth on the back straight. Really not a lot.
I feel like without overtake, without DRS, Owen would drop quite far back. I feel like overtake is what's keeping him, DRS is what's keeping him close to Bournemouth since Bournemouth
Yeah,
just
that's how
seems-
it seems.
Bournemouth just bolts away on the straights. Like even through corners, look at this. He seems to have a bit of an edge. Owen just is really good at braking. And that's where he gains most
Yeah.
of his time onto Bournemouth.
Yeah, that's how it appears, because, like, every traction zone and the end of every straight, it's... Without the benefit of DRS, he'd be losing. Neon raised another 3 seconds, so that changes things a bit. Well, actually, it doesn't, I don't think.
I don't think it does either. Actually, well, 6 seconds. Ocean Chief, I don't know if he has a penalty or not, but he might be on for a penalty.
He has 3 seconds, so... Neon Rays has 6 seconds now, Flesh River was asking. No, Ocean Chief has 3 time penalties,
Oh,
so... Yeah, he's not a factor in that. Keyboard could maybe steal a decent result in all of this, with all of the penalties.
Owen caught up again, really close to Bournemouth, but not enough as we're starting the penultimate lap of the race. Shaka picks
Owen
up
Shaka,
3
3 seconds.
This has been the most uneventful, eventful race I've seen in a while.
Yeah, that's a pretty decent way of putting it, actually.
Like, there hasn't been a lot of overtaking, but there's been a lot of stuff happening.
Yeah, for sure.
And by stuff, I mean penalties, mixing up the
I
order.
mean, a lot of intrigue, you might say.
Yeah, I think after Australia, this is the first track that's really like strict on penalties, like Australia was.
Yeah.
I mean, Australia is something else entirely on penalties, but still.
Well, Canada has always been very difficult penalty-wise.
Okay, Owen jumps off the slipstream, and he might. Oh, Owen basically, if it stays like this, Owen can't get the win, and he has that P2 secured. I feel like, but the win is definitely not his anymore at this point. If Bournemouth keeps it clean.
Yeah. P2 is definitely owns it's completely safe. Unless he gets another penalty on the last lap, but yeah, no one's gonna trouble Sam for the win.
So Ocean Chief got past Gabriel Magnussen, which I completely didn't see. And I feel like it might have been a couple of laps ago as well, since the gap is already 2.5 to Keyboard.
I mean, I guess.
Keyboard is struggling. Danny's now on the back of him, so Danny is really close to Keyboard. 4 tenths behind. Anyways, let's see this last time showdown on the back straight. Owen.
Yeah, Owen lost a lot of ground.
Yeah. This is gonna be it. Bournemouth keeps it clean through the last corner, or last chicane, which he does. And Breezy picks up 32nd, but Bournemouth crosses the finish line to win 2 SRL Tier 3 in Canada. Owen P2, Neon Race P3, Breezy P4. Sonny goes to P4, Breezy drops down to P6, Ocean Chief P5, Keeper Magnussen P4, Ocean Chief P6, Sonny P5, Danny P8, Kimmy P7, Danny P9, Breezy P8, Keva P10, and is Shaka gonna get points into penalties? And he does.
Yes, he does. He gets 1 point. So Kebab is the odd one out today.
I think this penalty rundown at the end was more eventful than the race. No, but still, overall, a good race. Game gives driver of the day to Owen. Would you agree? Disagree?
Considering how far down the order he started, it was quite a decent drive. Yeah, he started P10 and got to P2.
Yeah, I would give it to him as well, considering he got a lot of those
Yeah,
moves
I
actually
mean-
done during when I was still wet. So
Yeah, like it was really like there were a lot of solid drives, but like Owen's drive was probably the only really kind of standout drive, I guess.
to be honest, Keeper Magnussen also had a really good drive as well. I think he's an honorable mention.
Yeah,
He dropped down
I
quite a
think
bit.
he probably would have been on the podium had he not had the puncture.
Yeah, he lost 5 places or
So-
so because of the puncture. So
Yeah, like he's only 2 seconds off the podium, having lost a lot of time and position with that puncture. So
fastest lap
I think-
goes to Breezy as well.
yeah, 11.0. So good speed.
There's interviews.
Yes. So if anyone wants an interview, let us know.
General 4 for interviews. And I see Owen and Danny in there, and I don't know if they want interviews or.
And Owen wants an interview. He's usually a safe bet, so I will drag him in.
No, I will.
Hello.
Pixel. Okay, Owen. First of all, you got driver of the day from us. Really good drive. You got one penalty that probably might have cost you the win. Do you think? Probably might have cost you the win. It's a bit of a stretch, but Bornwolf was still getting away from you on the straights, even though you had DRS. How do you feel about that one?
So the only problem I had with that race, like congrats to Bournemouth and everything, but just I kept constantly on the corners that depend on speed. There'd be an X above Bournemouth's name from when he's either lost connection to the server or something. So on the corners that depended on speed, I was getting slowed down because his car was being driven by an AI, and then he would connect back and it'd be like 6 tenths down the road. So that kind of affected it a little bit, but it is what it is. It's just that's how the servers wanted to treat me. Quality was kind of bad, as you saw. I was on a hot lap on the intermediates, and my brother comes in my room and grabs my wheel and starts shouting at me. So, that didn't help at all, but except from that, it was a decent drive through the field to get second. Except from I'm guessing it must have been lag on Bournemouth's side. I know he streams his races. Just the X's above his name that kept causing the AI to take over his car for like a second or two, kind of slew me down a bit, but
Yeah,
it is what it is.
We saw the X's above his name a couple of times as well, so.
Yeah, and that just
really
slowed me
unfortunate.
down, which sucks. But at the end of the day, what can I do about it? I can't exactly report that, can I? So
Yeah, it's still P2, and we did say it was driver of the day worthy. So GG's on
thank you
that.
very much.
Good job. So the next round, if I'm not mistaken, is France, right?
I'd say
I
so.
believe that's correct. How do you feel about Paul Richard?
What was that? Sorry, France. Yeah.
Yes.
Paul
How do you feel
Richard.
about Paul Richard?
I have no idea what you've just said.
How do you
How
feel about
the
France
track?
as a country and as a track?
France as a country is a lovely place, except from the fact my parents nearly died in the Paris attack, but we won't talk about that.
Yikes.
Yeah, but the track's fun to drive. I feel like I've got the pace on it. Just if it's a wet race, that might ruin it. But I look forward to it and see what can happen there.
Yeah. Well, good luck.
Good
Anyway.
luck.
Thanks for commentating the race if you enjoyed it.
Yeah, I guess. I
Yeah,
guess
it
it
was
was something.
Yep. It was definitely something.
It was.
Okay,
Well,
oh,
thanks, guys.
All right.
alright.
Thanks.
So we've got 4 people in there. Do we make a selection who we want? I mean, definitely, I think we could just move him in. Mr. Chomp
Yep.
Chomp, Mr. Sam, Mr. Bornwolf, however you want to call him. Second race win in a row.
I'ma join.
Hello.
Hello.
Kimmy as well. Kimmy got where did you finish, Kimmy?
P7.
You know,
You left a lot of paint on the walls. Were you struggling with the car?
Yes. Alright.
So
Nice.
solid points anyway, Kimmy. So well done. Race winner first. How was that for you, Sam? Didn't really look like you were threatening too much for the win early on, but I think you jumped a few places with the safety car and
Yeah. Well, early
bits and
on, I
everything.
got disconnected. So I had to rejoin. Thank God, Kimmy sent me an invite. But then I was like, what, P5, I think, P4 or 5, and I was catching up to the group behind Magnussen and pulling away from Owen. So happy with pace overall. Yeah. And the safety car happened, and Magnussen got a puncture or something. And then jumped. I can't remember who I jumped in the pits. It was one of the Ferraris because they double stacked.
that was solid.
Yeah. And then I can't actually remember what happened to Breezy. I think he spun.
Breezy
I
just
can't
way too many
remember.
penalties, I think.
Oh, no, he went into the pits, didn't he? He
Pitted
went
to
into the
change
pits.
front wing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he pitted, yeah.
And then I was behind someone, and then I can't remember what actually happened. I was just so focused in the last couple of minutes, trying to not get any warnings, and I only got one overall apparently, so that's good.
Yeah. Did you do some work on your setup? Because the thing Sanix and I noticed, you were really quick on the straights.
I can't remember, was
I
it
guess.
4-7 wings? I think we ran.
I think no, we ran 3-8 for quali, and then so must be.
I think I went with 7 though. I don't think I changed
okay.
it. But no,
Oh.
it's standard setup. So yeah.
Yeah, because it was pretty surprising how well you were able to hold off Owen in the DRS. Like, you really didn't gain anything on you on the straight, so. Perhaps he was just running a wet setup with more wing, but yeah, that was quite a surprise to us.
Yeah, I don't know. Who knows? He might have had a wet setup, but not realizing that the race was wetter than dry.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So 2 race wins in a row. Do you feel like he can make it 3 for 3 next week?
What track's next? I don't actually know.
Paul Richard.
Oh no.
Oh,
Hollow.
No, I hate this. Take that track.
Hollow.
But who knows? Anything can happen.
Well, that's the right attitude.
Yeah. What about you, Kimmy? Do you think you can win next week?
If Sam is winning, I'm gonna pull through and get a win for the McLaren. Let's go.
That's the proper
That'd be
attitude.
cool.
Right
Yes. I
Epic
probably
cool.
won't jump the start next time around. That's a bit dumb. But
Oh,
the lights were red for a really long time, and I just sort of like my mind blanked out, and I just let slip it. I'm like, oh, okay. Oops.
Yeah,
And,
we saw you get that drive through.
Yeah.
It's still a good recovery drive nonetheless. So.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it.
Yeah. So well done to the both of you. Solid points for the team. Hopefully you can continue that form next week.
Yeah. We'll see.
Sure. Hopefully there'll be more than 14 drivers as well.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's a little bit disappointing, but a blessing in disguise, I guess.
It was supposed to be 16, but you know, it is what it is.
Yeah. It is what it is.
It is indeed.
It is.
Yes.
Okay, well, thank you guys for joining us.
Thank you.
It is we got one more person to interview, Pixel, the potential race winner.
Yes. I will drag him in.
Yes.
Good be it.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
Crossfire. Hello. Breezy. What do you want us to call you?
Breezy, I guess.
All right. You know, just give us a rundown of your race overall.
Well, it was pretty good race until some point. I was in the qualifying. I messed up a little bit. I invalidated my lap in the last corner. It would have been like a 118.9, which would have been pole position by quite a bit. But yeah, you know, happens. And so P3, not a bad result, and And into the race, it was raining as well, which I was actually quite happy about because apparently I was doing pretty good in the rain. I wasn't expecting it. I had no practice at all in the rain, and I've barely even played in this game on the rain. So yeah, I was quite surprised that I was doing this good. And then yeah, a race came, and I managed to get some overtakes into P1 before the pits for the softs, or I mean wet tires. What am I saying? Dry tires. And yeah, that was pretty good until at some point I was gonna lap someone, which was Williams, I believe, and yeah, that just kind of messed up my race because he wasn't letting me by, and then he distracted me, and I got a penalty and drove into the wall, damaged my front wing a little bit, and that was okay, I guess, but I feel like they should have just let me by. And just because they were not really that much faster than me, they were literally just driving at the same pace. And then after that, in the virtual safety car, I don't know if you guys caught it on stream, but I was trying to restart, but apparently I didn't know about this, but apparently in the virtual safety car, the ghosted lapped cars are not ghosted. And I was trying to drive through him, but apparently he was not ghosted, so I damaged my front wing even more. He was going really slow, so I was like, what's going on? And so, yeah, that killed my race kind of. And then I had to pit, and then the safety car came out because of the same person, because they crashed or something. And yeah, that was my race there. And then I was just pushing way too hard and getting too many penalties after that because of the frustration that I had. But yeah, nonetheless, I think I'm in reserve anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, decent result. I know I have the pace now because I'm obviously this is kind of a preparation for the next week because I have a league in a different league. I have a race in the same track, so good to see that I have the pace. And yeah,
Yeah, the pace was definitely encouraging. So hopefully, in the coming races, you'll be able to convert it into a better result than you managed to get today.
yeah.
But yeah, the pace, especially in the wet, was really solid. And you did get the fastest lap for your trouble, so well done on that.
Oh, did I? Okay.
Yeah.
At least that one.
Yeah, yeah. So we got an extra point on the board if anyone is counting.
Yeah.
So someone probably is.
Yeah, well done.
Yeah, still, you were a potential race winner. If you didn't have the mishaps and without all the penalties, so you know.
Yeah. I mean, this track is well known for being very rude with the penalties. Just by just barely going off track a little bit, you just get a warning and then instantly a penalty. So yeah, just not. That's I think the practice or the race practice that I'm missing on this track. That kind of made the difference there, because it's not just the track practice, but also the race practice. Just staying within the limits of the track all the time is also a very important thing, I think.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, any final thoughts? Anything you'd like to say?
Well, no. Thank you for streaming, obviously, and for calling me into the commentary box. But yeah, no. Other than that, I'm pretty happy with the result. Yeah,
Yeah.
nothing much to say about it.
Thanks for joining us, for coming in for the
Yeah, thanks very much.
Yep,
interview.
no
and,
problem.
See you again next time.
Yes.
Sure. Yeah.
GG's.
Take care.
Thank you.
Yeah.
See you.
And there's Sonny in General Shop 4. Do we want to do a quick interview with him as well? As the last one? Or. Yeah.
You left a lot of paint on the walls. Were you struggling?
His
Oh, you
silence
moved
speaks
me.
volumes.
Sorry, I didn't hear you move me into the channel. I didn't hear the sound, and I was watching the other POVs, the replays, and I thought it's the from the YouTube video. What's up?
You left a lot of paint on the walls. Were you struggling?
No, I didn't. That's a lie. I think I touched the wall only once,
Well,
and
you
it was on the
double-stacked.
last lap.
Were you kind of mad that you had to double stack?
Yes, because if I didn't, I would still lose time if I stayed out. So yeah, I mean, everything like the first stint in the wets, I was obviously faster, and Breezy also was faster than Keyboard Magnussen, but none of us could overtake him. And I felt like each time I'm getting close, like he just does this little defensive move. And when I saw a moment in the chicane when he went to the inside, I thought this is the moment, and then I dropped this position. And this was exact the moment when I realized that I should actually stay in P2 because I had more chances of not. I mean, I wouldn't get the. I would get the benefit of not being the car behind in the pits, right? So should probably just keep driving behind Keyboard, but I was tempted in a moment to overtake him and instead dropped position. I just hate driving behind this guy because he's defending so aggressively. But I'll fair and square, gotta say that.
Yeah, that's the main thing. You did drive quite well though. Shame you didn't quite maybe get the results you deserved on pace. But the pace was definitely there. So how do you feel about France?
Don't know. This is like I will keep saying about the next tracks that until we get around to Italy in Spa, because the first part of the calendar, I think, up until Italy, I never raced in a league race environment, so I didn't practice these tracks more than for like the racing against the AI. So I have no idea if I will be fast or not there. So we'll need to do some practice and then see. But actually, I just realized that I won't be racing next week. So it does not matter, to be honest. I will put a few laps just to see, but yeah, pretty much I will be on vacation next week, most likely, so won't be here.
Yeah. Thanks for the interview anyway. Enjoy your week off, and hopefully that rejuvenates you when you do come back.
At least you miss France, which is not, a good
Excuse me?
track.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna skip a track, it's good that actually I skipped that track that I don't know anything about. So.
Well, it's just like any other track, you go left, you go right, you go straight a bit, open the RS, close the RS, just like
okay.
Kind of. Oh, yeah,
I feel like that.
You put a lot of throttle and hope it's enough.
Yeah.
I guess.
All right. Fair and square.
Well, thank you, Sonny, for joining us as well.
Thank you, guys.
Congrats on the race, and also not congrats. But yeah, it is what it is. How many times have we said this, Pixel? How many times have we said it is what it is in the interviews? Like 7?
At least twice.
Yeah. I was just lucky that I didn't drop. I stayed P5. I was P5 on track, then finished P5 with 9 seconds of penalties. So at least there is that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, quite fortunate.
Well,
all things considered.
Thanks for coming, Sonny, and I'll see you in next time.
All right, thank you guys. Bye bye.
All right.
Bye bye.
Goodbye.
And I think on that note we can call it a day here. Thank you, Pixel, for commentating.
Yes, Sonny.
Next week it's France. Tomorrow it's SLR Tier 4, all the way down the week. Canada races. Hopefully this wasn't the last rain race, even though it didn't prove to be the most interesting one. In the rain. But yeah.
Yeah.
I think on that note, thank you everyone who is still watching, everyone who watched before, everyone who liked the stream. Make sure to check out other stuff on EGL. We got league races every week, every day basically, so check it out. You don't have a choice.
Yes.
Well, anyways, yeah. Thank you everyone, and goodbye.
Goodbye.